Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, amazing, spectacular Propagandacast. I'm your host, Imperial Dane, and we're off here to a slightly bit of interesting development. We finally got the 64-bit update out, which is also for my entire replay archive into Chaos, so there might be some slight issues with recent replays on the next few days worth of replays in terms of quality, as they would say, variety in some ways. Like, I'll just be trying to find good matches. It's going to be tough already, but just heads up. Oh, wait, 64-bit is update up, plus map updates, so that's that. Anyways, off here to 1v1 with me, your host Imperial Dane. On Crossroads in the north it is Treadz, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, taking on the role here of the 3rd Panzergunner Division here with defensive, feeding Osttruppen, defensive fortifications, Stufe 3s, Pack 33s, and the sector ability with the infantry Osttruppen. As in the south it is Smileman, fighting here for America, Freedom, and Democracy, taking on the role here of the 6th Armored Division Recon SUpport, featuring raid tactics, INR Pathfinders, airdrop combat groups, the M8 Greyhound, and cluster bombs with triple infantry bulletins there as well. These got Ostrom rough score tier, first shots already being fired, and already Tretz's Ostrom in a pretty bad spot since without cover they can't hit the broadside of a bomb from the inside. MD4 pulling up there, and as always, comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button. Of course, big thanks for the patron supporters, yada yada. I mean, obviously not to downplay the spot on the patron supporters, they're quite big, obviously, but this is like, can't spend too much time on that either. If you obviously want to get to the action, all that stuff. But again, it's at the same time pretty difficult to ignore. Again, we just finally got the 64-bit update to the game. Rafscore Pearson's getting the Ostrom, and before sitting up here around the carve point, sniper on the way for Treadz in the early game. Interesting opening here with the Ostrom MD42 sniper, not what you typically see from the Wehrmacht. West side, you've got the Pioneer Squad being up there. 2 Rav Squads here so far. No Pathfinders, of course, could be planning a fast tech. Yes, indeed, fast captain here for Smileman. Both players there definitely not quite going the typical ways. Overall, the 64 update should generally result in, improved performance from those people, and also, so far, at least for me, has resulted in a much more smoothly operating main menu, which has always been kind of clunky and a bit laggy, but now it just seems to be functioning fairly smoothly, so that's a plus. And again, also seems to, at least for me, resulting in slightly improved load times. So again, definitely some small improvements here and there. Haven't had time to play the game because I've been busy searching for replays. More someone away there for Treadz. Sniper Ostrom out there, heading east over the Ostrom. Ground listing point with the Pioneers. Rav scored out there for Smileman. Definitely we're still waiting for that captain. It's interesting if he's not going for Pathfinders. A lot of players like Pathfinders, but right here, Smileman doesn't seem to be a big fan of them. It might be, of course, he's planning something else. Captain out though. El Capitan. Rav squad pushing westwards, catching the Pioneer Squad there by the western fuel point. A victory point there, not fuel point. Ostrom holding out the low man. They probably should treat them reinforcing, to be honest. Treadz here, meanwhile, probably planning another Ostrom squad, or maybe something else. Could also try and take up, obviously. East side here, we got the Ostrom restorations there by the eastern fuel point. The skirmishing here near MD40 in favor of Rav squad. Definitely be careful not to leave some machine gun unattended like that at points that aren't necessarily, I would say, hugely critical to tactical or strategic success. That definitely felt like a wasted MD42 play there. So they kept slowly bleeding out the reactions. On the west side here, Rav squad falling back. Ostrom remaining hiding in the shrubbery, enjoying the weather. Sniper lining up for kill. There we go. 3rd Ostrom squad for Treadz. Smileman is going for Lieutenant. Alright, interesting choice to go first captain then Lieutenant. If I had to hazard a guess, it might be because he wants to get up the BAR relatively fast on the captain, but yeah. In which case, what they're seeing is the recon support build with Captain Lieutenant, then primarily using the doctrine, then for the support weapons and the vehicles, and then RCS tech relatively fast for armor. So definitely an interesting build there by Smileman. Treadz Ostrom again playing for the 2 Rav squads. Need to retreat those soon before they get executed. Ostrom moving up there past the wheelbarrow in the west part. The field then continues. Captain out in the Pioneers with the BR. The captain calls packs quite the punch. Back here, bunker up for Treadz. Going to be the medic bunker, obviously. We've got Rav squad, they're being caught. Oh, they vaulted in the wrong place. There was a misclick. They do get away though. And routed by the Ostrom. Slumber gets in the kill as well. Fun for the cuff on the Ostrom. Infantry in there. Captain out in the open, going to get hosed. No tech yet for Treadz. Definitely needs to take up relatively soon. And there we go. We do get the tech. Plus a bunker. Funding upgraded. Back here. Just reinforcing healing. Got Lieutenant and the Captain out there for Smileman. Probably going to go for 50 cal here. Maybe even 2. Nope, now he goes for the Pathfinders. strange. You'd think you'd go for those faster. But, I'll wait. Does give him a solid infantry complement, troop reinforcing healing here, tech going on, grab Eastern fuel point, in this regard Treadz is actually getting good progress, but again, part of that's just due to Smileman's slightly weird prioritization and ordering their things, which did mean he did actually have a lot of troops out in the field for some time, which again, is a bit strange. We just called in the Pathfinders. Maybe it's like, you know, brain fart, like he just completely forgot for some reason he had the ability. I mean, those things do happen. I mean, no one's perfect. West side MU42 dealing with the Pathfinders, pushing the back and center to get the sniper there with 4 kills. Also in center being overwhelmed here as Smileman pushes forward for freedom and democracy. Sniper falling back here with 5 kills as his name. Down the eastern point here with the Ostturban. Smileman needs to be careful there. Ostturban taking fire there. We got Lieutenant moving ahead here as well. Grabbing the calf point, good disruptive play there. They definitely want to get his fuel back as well soon. In particular on the map, like Crossroads, is just more points on average. Having the opponent getting more than that, they can actually be very dangerous and allow to snowball the match out of control very fast. That's one thing to really keep in mind about Crossroads. It can really snowball fast. I'd like to make a nice company up there for Treadz. Turn their flanking in for 2. Good play there by Smileman, catching Treadz off guard there. Going for the eastern knows the pounding. Meanwhile, Treadz just continue to get more of the east side. Very good there for him, but obviously a slightly escalating problem here for Smileman. Armored car there for Treadz and for Germany to help contain the American infantry as it unrelentingly pushes forwards.
Area secured. Squad in contact.
Back hit reinforcing healing. Got the ambulance out there for Smileman. Reasons falling back. Grand Western frontier. Grabbing the calf point there, very good. Pioneers we hit with a Flamin of Alpha. And we got the armor car right about done there for Treadz. Right about done. 10 down to 3-man, sniper there with 7 kills, or 7. Lisa they get the Ostrom moving up there, Captain moving to stop that. With some well placed BAR and rifle fire there. We got the airdrop come group there for Smileman. Opening up for the pack cards, but obviously also a paratrooper squad here. We'll see if he goes for the bazookas. We're more likely he's going to go for the light machine guns, and obviously paratroopers with 2 light machine guns is a lot of firepower, especially versus Ostturban, who are more than anything very susceptible to paratrooper light machine gun fire. It's like they practically got some magnets stapled onto them to catch the bullets. Ostturban scored white. That's pretty great here for Smileman, getting an early wipe on the opponent like that. Great. So now he's already got so much better infantry. Treadz now replacing with the Grenadiers. No Panzer Grenadier. I mean, Grenadiers light machine guns can help, but I do feel like a Panzer squad will always be a great choice here for Treadz, but that is just me. Still, Treadz does have the advantage, of course, more fuel, at least briefly here over his opponents. It's not all bad, but he needs to be faster, but he needs to, like, you know, exploit it further. And the addition of paratrooper light machine guns is definitely going to add some pain there to Treadz's current situation. Turn something out there. Pack cards to the left behind the grass. For now, armored car they're rolling about here for the 3rd Panzer Grenadier Division. Grab the eastern fuel point there. Armored car pushing out here, clearly not worried about snares. Captain taking it off the armored car. Michigan holding up, they're Grenadiers moving up, they're light machine going to the MG42. Paratrooper catching from the east side, they soon got 2 Browning light machine guns on the way there. There's then a problem there for the Grenadiers. Packard's going to make this even more tough. There we go, quickly out of the way. That could have been very painful if that landed right in this year's 2 squads. Like if him after Inward didn't, or Smileman didn't begin barraging, but now he's starting to barrage here. They could get painful. Got Telemann there from touch away, thumbs up. Fine way there. Great hit in the building. Grenadiers done 2 men already. Paratrooper Oswald pushing ahead. He's got 3 kills from the Paratrooper already. Grenadiers with 1 kill. I think those Grenadiers need to retreat soon. They're taking too much fire here from Smileman's elite infantry. We've got the Greyhound out as well, the M8 Greyhound. ME42 stand the rifle scope. The Greyhound, well, could hit the Telemann. West side, we've got Lieutenant going for the pumping, bled out by the sniper. East side here, Treadz making good progress on the eastern fuel pump, but still a strong push here by Smileman through the centre. He's then closing a problem. Got the armored car rushing in here, but going to hit the anti-tank rifle grenade here and could get finished off here. But then with like, just, you know, a decent amount of firepower. We've got the Greyhound going for a deep flank here, which is going to take out Treadz armored car. No sign of protect beyond that. No pack either. Trying to lose that 2, there we go. Ground backing off. Definitely some nasty hits here on Treadz. A good strike there by Smileman, completely confounding Treadz's front line. And the third Panzer going to be shortened a bit as his ring got wrapped up with the parachutes, getting a good hit in there. Ground goes the Ostrom. Fun fact about the Panzer Division, well, it does sound like, you know, it's a mechanized infantry division. They were basically closer to motorized infantry divisions. Like, you know, most of the troops were basically, well, stuck on trucks. They didn't really have access to armored half-tracks in most cases. There'd be a few cases where those used to be elite Panzer divisions that had access to, like, armored half-tracks. And they didn't even, like, really have armor. Like, they usually have access to Stugs, which are, like, meant to make up for the armor. Usually Stug 4s, in fact, to be more specific. I mean, sometimes they didn't get that. So, little fun fact there about the Panzer Division. Sometimes they couldn't get trucks. For example, in Normandy, the 17th SS Panzer Division actually had to make do with bicycles for some of its units, so they couldn't like get on trucks. They had to, like, you know, ride around on damn bicycles. So, little fun fact there as well about Panzer Grenadier divisions. East side, we got the Panzer swarming up with the Treadz. Finally got some Panzer Grenadier on the move there. Thumbs up. East side, we got the reason being pushed back by the Panzer Grenadier. Took reinforcing healing. No weapon rack yet there for Smileman unlocked. Treadz, I think, would probably want to take up soon, push out some armor here versus Smileman. They'll probably want to pack 40 out before trying that. Unless he's somehow planning to rush. Okay, he's just going for it. Glad to see though what he goes for against Smileman, but he definitely needs to, like, very smart about it then. Telemanbar's been cleared up by a Minesweeper. Thumbs up there to Smileman. Disrupting Treadz field flow. Very good there by Smileman as well. A lot of action, a lot of fleet infantry play from both sides. Machine gun back in the center. Could try and take out the Grand with the Incendium piercing rounds. Can do it. It seems like Treadz is not big on the Incendium piercing rounds, unfortunately. Tech almost done. The west side there, sniping ahead there. We got 13 kills. Greyhound running 40 with 4 kills, that's into 1. Snubber needs to be careful. Good chance taking out the Snubber. Well, good, but there's a chance. There's a chance. There we go, down to half health. At their first, you'll also hit from some of that Snubber. Probably would have been dead. So a bit luck there for Treadz. A bit of luck. Troops enforcing healing. He can build a Pomokor. Could rush out a Stug aiming an Osmond here versus Smileman. He could also go for the Stug 3E, but I wouldn't recommend it here. I don't think it'd be very great dealing with a Greyhound. I mean, honestly, getting just go for the Osprey, which, I mean, I think would do the job better against both Greyhound and infantry in most situations. East side here, we got some progress there from Smileman, just really pushing back the German front line here, also coming up there. Not enough, and you can pop the Pantherfaust here. He's only got 1 for 1. Does damage the engine. West side here, finding on the field point is not looking great there for Treadz either. Taking heavy damage as Smileman is not easy to see ground there to his German opponent, and Treadz really needs some armor. We got artillery called in over the Pathfinders here. They also got cluster bombs up. Don't expect to get wiped out if they're not careful. Oh, you cheeky bastard! You actually used the decoy barrage. Smileman actually used the decoy barrage, and just for 20 munitions, had his opponent actually take the bait in retreat. Oh, beautiful there, beautiful. It's so rare to see someone use the decoy barrages. Very nice. 2 thumbs up.
The capture point is under attack.
Panzer gunners with Panther Flex. Oh boy, not a fan of that one. But I suppose going to understand. He got the Spalmer Cop. Could go for Panther Foil soon. Ooh, cancer shot. They almost got the Panther Jaegers here. But they do get the ground. A small win there for them. We do have the Major out there for Smileman. Bit more to go from Call Armor. So Pomokor not finished. Damn it, Treadz. Finish it. Finish it. And he lost the Punch Eggs. They're stinging blow to Treadz. He is definitely in a bit of a sour position right now. There's Smileman and the Americans who control most of the fuel, most of the map. I mean, at this point, he's getting more than 3 times as much fuel per minute than his opponent. That is quite the difference. So he can go for the Panther Force soon. He also needs more infantry outside. Would recommend some more Panzer in these, but without Panzerschrecks this time. He's moving westwards. Then he's following it with a light machine gun. Sniper kill there. 16 kills. Still armor from Treadz. It goes to the Panzer Force, they're good. Nice incendiary explosive round there. Or B-Patrone, which stands for Beobachtungspatrone, or observation round. Heading eastwards here with the Pioneers, the Ostrom. Panzer Force slowly getting ready here for Treadz. Smileman's got the pack cards back in service once more. Seeming been cleared out a bit there perhaps. It's just my imagination. Ostrom running up here. Guardians rather the route got the captain. Panzer Force almost done. Southeast points they've been grabbed. That's firing down there. Ostrom almost got the fuel pump rented off. Treadz was leading the way there for freedom and democracy. Pioneers there standing off against the large American force. Panzer IV almost down there. There we go, ready for Treadz and for Germany. I imagine they're going to come up into it soon. And Smileman doesn't really have any anti-tank weapons. I mean, he doesn't have like a bazooka, so the Panzer IV is going to be fairly good here versus Smileman at the moment. Will be fairly good here for Treadz. Panzer IV rolling ahead here. Ostrom being hammered into oblivion. Panzer IV rolling forwards here. Charging through and threatening to crush as many paratroopers as you can. There we go. Bit of roadkill there for the Reich. Jackson tanks on the way for Smileman. That's going to be tough. They've got a pack forward for Treadz. Very good. That's going to be crucial versus the Jackson tanks. So of course the Panzer IV, unless Smileman does really terrible with the Jackson, or Treadz turns out to be just a genius with the Panzer IV, is I was going to have a hard time with it. World Troops being crushed. In fact, I'm fairly certain at this rate the driver's more likely to get a medal than the gunner. Why does the driver always get some medals? I mean, why don't I ever get any medals? Well, because the driver's killing more guys than you, Jürgen. I mean, if you're complaining, learn to aim. Still leaves the driver to do all the aiming. Jackson tanks on the way there for Smileman. Almost done. Going for the Western Car Point. Ground Point over using the sniper, who's now 21 kills on his name, eventually 2. And there you go, M36 Jackson tanks out there for Smileman. Backer troops heading out there for Treadz. Big push here by Smileman with lots of infantry. Got the Ostrom setting out there, troops reinforcing all that jazz. Good hit from the back from Jackson. Jackson chance to get a big infantry push here. Paratroopers, infantry, snares. They're going to go for the Panzer IV here. At which point the Panzer IV is going to be in a really bad place. We've got cluster bombs here to pretty much deny any support officers also treat here. Panzer IV blitzing away there, and down it goes. But the Pack 40 takes out the Jackson, at least slightly, equalising an otherwise bad engagement there for Treadz, and ensuring that Smileman doesn't begin reaching some sort of armoured critical mass, which would be absolutely difficult for Treadz to pull back from. But he's still in a bad place, but it's slightly less bad with the opponent not getting his Jackson to survive. It's slightly less bad, but it's still bad. Awesome on the east side here. Awesome was the paratroopers. Going Western Point with the sniper. Pathfinder's moving up. Pack 40 machine gun moving ahead here, and more Pioneers there for Treadz, having lost the previous Pioneer squad as well. Several stinging blows here to the 3rd Panzer Grenadier Division. Paratroopers are being shot to bits. Ground Western Point with the Grenadier. Could still do with some fresh Panzer Grenadiers, to be honest, though, here, Mr. Treadz.
Our supply line is cut. Germans are making a push.
But really just consistent disruption of the fuel flow here by both Smileman and Treadz. So Smileman so far taking control of the fuel overall better than Treadz, but both are good harassers, I would say, to a degree. Almost got a path squad. It's certainly helpful there for Treadz. I mean, just getting any wipe at this point is crucial for Treadz. Like, he just needs to slightly whittle out Smileman's force and that somehow, try and, gain some sort of equilibrium with him and his opponent in terms of, like, force size, at least. Pack out to over 8 kills, veterans you want. Keep blasting away their Treadz forces. We'll have to see what Treadz go for next. Probably another Panzer IV. got 261 to 383. Smileman definitely has a big lead. He's going for another airdrop command group. That means more paratroopers and another pack howitzer. We got fresh panzer going to be there for Treadz. Thumbs up. So we got punish for the echelons. Tony is routed. So now with 24 kills, close to the ace level. Ostrom trying to assist, but again without cover. They're terrible shots.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
On our watch, you can only count on Ostrom when they're in cover.
Good to go here. Standing by.
We said we got this Raft Fort there. Could see a Raft Grenade here that could possibly work out nicely. Second pair to score ultimate couple out machines, so there's going to be a lot of firepower here. We got another pack forward there for Treadz. Obviously understandable. Oh, cancels it. He's going for an Ostwind. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going for a flak panzer here. I mean, there's all the infantry currently. It's not a half bad idea, but with only one pack 40, it's going to be a bit tricky. Keep it safe, but, I mean, you know, at the same time, the Ostwind will be very good against all of the infantry. I mean, you know, actually give him a chance to get some wipes, and since the Ostwind is quite good at dealing with the retreating units, if they're, you know, sufficiently on health. Also, we need to upgrade Western Fuel Pond there. Flak Panzer is more than halfway down there for Treadz. Mayfang around the centre, got the Ostrom to get to the paratroopers. Panzer's warming up the east side, going to sneak around there. 200 points, though there's the 383 of Smileman. Treadz is definitely in a tight position. Smileman leads ahead here for freedom and democracy. Could be in the push in the car on here, perhaps, and leave Treadz in a really bad place. Again, though, arguably, the Ostron's about to get in a bit of a tough spot, and it is worth noting Smileman still doesn't have any anti-tank weapons. Like, he lost the jacket, but he doesn't have any anti-tank guns, no bazookas. He hasn't even gone in more armor after coming in the airdrop combat group, that he didn't even do before calling in the second one. So there we go, cluster bombs in, Flak Panzer rolling heavy route, taking air fire from the Flak Panzer. Paratroopers also in trouble here. Half health already. Quick route here for the paratroopers. Jackson the way there for Smileman. Both paratroopers got retreating here. Could take a lot of damage if the Flak Panther decides to pursue with it. Even the Rav squad could be in trouble since they're going to be all bunched up there by the edge of the base, which theoretically could make for a very nice execution spot for the Flak Panther. Don't run in here! Don't lead it in here! God damn it! So now they're all basically lined up against the wall, against the Flak Panzer. Paratrooper squad wiped out. Rav squad wiped out. 10 kills in the Flak Panzer so far. 11 kills. Other paratrooper squad, they also in trouble. Just keeping forcing, but he's taking a lot of damage. Got both packs up crew there. Paratroopers there just bled out white. And there you go. Going for the ambulance. He does pop out the medics though, at least. But that's still going to make healing slightly tougher there for Smileman. So that's a pretty damn good rate there for Treadz and Flak Panzer. I mean, if he gets away with it somehow, that's even better. But he took out 2 squads, kind of part of the ambulance anyways, and got several kills with it. I mean, that's a really good raid with an Ostwind. That's an incredibly good raid and definitely really just hurts Smileman. I mean, he still has a jack, he still has a bunch of infantry, but nonetheless, he took a lot of damage there. Telemark there laid down, but also spot at the same time. Ostwind rushing into the base here. I mean, if you can somehow get it to survive, that'd be huge for Treadz here. That'd be huge, since that means, of course, you can keep killing more Americans. You might actually hit the higher levels eventually where it becomes really good at dealing with infantry. Ground most important C, cutting off the territory again. Entering up with Jackson. Panzerfaust as well. Could possibly take out the Jackson. Oh dear. Oh dear. Could get hit by an anti-tank rough grenade. Possibly take out. He's not even fine with the Ostwind. Oh dear. Stopping light. There we go. Rough squad here. Obviously, in this case, the Jackson having a damaged engine means he can't just zoom back in and finish it off here. Really close call there for Treadz, really close call. But somehow, the Ostwind survived, driving straight into the opponent's face, wiping out several infantry squads, taking out an ambulance, and then making it all the way back to his own base. I mean, it's a bit close, but he actually managed that. 2 thumbs up there to Treadz. That was a real crew of lucky Ludwigs there. Second ambulance out there, so he's using the medic for to get some more frontline combat stuff there. Fixing up the flak panzer. Heavy fire around 72 in the medium. They're going to use ground like 2 point. They've got 143 versus 378 here. Now the pack 49 for Treadz. Got including the captain here. Narrowly though. Narrowly, and even then has to pull back. Might want to get some more pioneer sisters repairing tanks fast. I think that'd be a very good idea there for Treadz. I think that'd be an amazing idea. Fix up the Jackson, use the magic grab the point and turn something out there.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Another machine gun there for Treadz, not a bad idea. Also most well towards here by the cemetery. Reasons they're cutting off, disrupting, trying to get back. East side have got a big push in Panzers Oscar Menu for 2, Captain holding up behind heavy cover, the wreckage of Minot and before. Captain there routed. Smileman really just continues to keep up great map control. Osman is almost fixed up here for Treadz, almost fixed up. Still, I feel like Smileman could do with more armor. Surprised we haven't seen more tanks, any tanks at all, just more Jacksons. Definitely a bit of enough feel like an oversight there for Smileman. Perhaps he's just feeling too confident here. Scott on the way there for Smileman. Definitely feels perhaps a bit of hubris there.
Are taking one of our points.
Might be taking Treadz a bit lightly. And that's despite again Treadz driving straight through his base and massacring numerous of his men and an ambulance. Lots of pack outs for their panzers. What needs to be careful there.
A capture point is being overrun.
Black Panzer moving ahead here. Panzer ready to retreat, I think. Could go for Stug maybe, to deal with the Jackson a bit more in a more mobile fashion and also support the Stug a bit more flexibly. We could also go for the Panzer 4. I suppose he could try and go for double Ostwinds, which would be great versus the infantry and some of the support weapons, but obviously less great versus the Jackson. So it rather depends on what Treadz fancies, what he thinks is the most important bit. Captain East, comparatively East was there. Not the captain. The captain is a bit more preoccupied on the west with the major infantry push here, which the Osman collects going to deal with because there's no anti-tank support here, at least immediately. Black Panzer's deep rushing westwards, and we got tier 4 now for Treadz. Interesting timing for that. Don't think I'd agree with that with just one Flak Panzer in the field, even 2 packs. Jackson hard pursuit here, there goes into dog pack, so could actually get taken out there. He needs to keep moving there. He tried to back out there. At that point, I've been GG. Pretending blasted the Ostwind. Close 22, the cluster bombs called in here. On the packs, very good. The machine trying to get into getting blasted to bits by the infantry. Ostwind also nearby. Ostwind escapes into the base. Packs get away there. One moves in to pursue the Jackson. Other does not. Captain, Lieutenant, Captain's rifle being suppressed within 40 Ostwind supporting. Hey, finally, he's got one from the up Scott as well. Then east side here, we got from the east and forces prepared to support there. Lots of fighting here. Far up north, Ostwind managed to Pantherfaust the Jackson there, but they've got into through to finish it off with. No Stugs. And the pack's going to take a bit of a while, but might be able to catch up with it. In the east here, he does manage to pull through the pack. How it's going to be a problem there, and plus the Scott. 3 kills on that one. Flag Punch moving out again here. Almost got the Jackson though. Down it goes, and Smileman is back to just having a Scott here. That said, Treadz doesn't have a lot of armor to exploit this, but he does have the Ostwind, and we have seen what he's capable of doing with the Ostwind, so Smileman may just want to be a bit careful now. The Pioneers from the Major, Flat Punch moving ahead here. Going to take for the Scott.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Almost 32 there.
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
There we go, increasing his rate of fire. That's same thing for the Scott, now getting flanked by the Ostwind too. So there you go, Ostwind taking out a Scott. Now apologies. Oh, almost got it, but failed to finish it off. That's really lucky there for Smileman, really lucky. That set, the Ostwind is almost halfway to actually 3, but gets an even higher rate of fire, which is definitely dangerous for light vehicles and for infantry. Let's need to fix up the Ostwind. No sign of the heavy Panzer Corps yet for Treadz or any other armor. Ostwind can of course be equipped with light machine guns. And he goes for another Ostwind. The utter madman goes for another Ostwind. Definitely did not see that coming. Goes for tier 4, but goes for another Ostwind. Good lord. Got the Ostwind, there's liaisons up north. Ostwind number 2 almost done. Jackson was almost done as well. They could use the captain to reverse production, but he's obviously busy elsewhere. Flak Panzer there causing any repairs. It would be a waste for Treadz to throw away that Ostwind. Particularly since it's so close to the East, at which point again it's going to absolutely tear infantry apart.
Warning orders.
Ostwind ready for deployment. The squad of pioneers has arrived.
Ostwind sitting out. Can't go flank down with the echelons. There we go, Jackson out. And this bring up the eastern fuel point. Black Panther sitting out. Spark grenade off. That's been getting the major. Routed him. Great hit by the Jackson there. Does a lot of damage to the Ostwind. Second Ostwind, or first one's almost good. In fact, it is good to go now. Ready to strike fear into the hearts of Smileman's infantry and light vehicles once more. Ambulance drivers whisper in hushed tones about that damn Ostwind from hell. East side deck down the fuel point there. Still, Smileman does a great deal of Treadz in terms of victory points. The Ostwinds could prove to be a problem for them. Just absolutely tearing his infantry to shreds. Anti-tank vendor for Smileman. Finally, the Ostwind threat is at this point impossible to ignore.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. Stand by! Capture point is
Paratroopers, Rock Bomb, forms from line 5. The Ostwind here, which is fine. Oh, it's attacking ground. The missed opportunity there by Treadz. Missed opportunity. Very close to the ace level there with Flak Panzer. Cloud score quickly pushed away there. Double pack out to keep finding Ostwind start being captured here by Smileman. Awesome against the captain, the major, and the medics. The medics. Could I think launching an assault with the Ostwinds in the west probably threaten the infantry of them on. They're retreating already now. They need to get the Ostwinds involved. As for Smileman, he really needs to get some tanks out, like some Shermans. I'm surprised he hasn't bothered with those at all. Pioneer's been leveled there. Till he called in by the major, but clearly not doing him a lot of good, except getting murdered by the Panzer Grenadiers. And the major's wiped out. Smileman seems to be striking the initiative in the face of the Flak Panzers and their Flak Storm.
100 points remaining.
Down the centre. MG4 to Ostwind, the Rifle tank got in the centre victory point. We got 94 to 3 and 7. Turning hammer the double Ostwinds. Double the Ostwind, double the Flak punishment. They found it. So they could actually move the Ostwinds probably throughout the building pretty fast, since the Ostwinds are pretty good at knocking down buildings. Fun fact. Captain Perch was the Ostwind in the centre, pushing them back. West side had been grabbed by the Panzer Grenadier. Playing those Ostwinds very cautiously. No heavy Panzer go for Treadz still. Could go for Panzer 4, could go for Stooks. He couldn't like go for a third Ostwind at this point. I mean, yeah, sure. Go for 3 Ostwinds. Go for 4. Yeah. Captain fire from Flak Panzer, which is almost ace level. Jackson engages, gets a good hit in the centre of Houston, push back. We got 94, there's 293. Got that bombarding the Ostwind. Ostwind going to the medics. Smileman very much in the defense. We seem to be struggling like how to figure out how to break here Treadz flat grip. Panzer goes up on the west side, Lieutenant racing forwards, excited to kill some krauts, as long as there's no flak panzers about. Oh hey, Panzer got up there for Treadz. A bit late to the party there. Swinging about, they're encountering large force of infantry, flak panzers don't go to the medics. Got met with the Jackson, they quickly disengage. Very close to the east on that flak panzer, very close. Got more pioneers up, which is definitely very good here for Treadz. Definitely needs more pioneers to repair stuff faster. Going straight for the western victory point there, bypassing most of Treadz stuff there. Could race in one and Osman even two to deal with that. I think they'll be regularly there for Treadz, to be honest. He's keeping the Osman close where the Jackson is. He's just use their mobility to hit where the Jackson isn't. Well, there is infantry, like for example on the western victory point. We got 94 to 276. Osman's remaining a bit static. Storm Panzer fear for Treadz. Okay, decides not to go for that. Patch figures 2 Osmans and a strong panzer might be considered a war crime by some. Osman's heading westwards, machine cleared out. Catch me in the centre.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Flanking the Ralph squad, taking over from flak panzer, 20 kills, about to hit the ace level. Jackson get from the packs, machine crew, damaging on the almost ace flak panzer, cluster bombs called in here, straight in the pack 40 is very good there. And the Jackson gets knocked out, meaning does he even have an anti-tank gun left? I think he lost that one as well, meaning he has no way of countering the Austrians. Which is pretty good if you're the German player, by the way. That's really good. Oh, it's there, it's cleared out. Technically rushes in the Austrian there, could actually prevent his opponent grabbing it back. West side, you got found on the western victory upon the Austrian, the light machine was the lieutenant. Takes a bit of light cover due to some artillery called in, so the Austrian actually can fight that pretty effectively. Bad news there for Smileman's lieutenant. Panzer going to be moving up there, pushing back the perishable squad, rushing for the anti-tank, and the captain can't grab it without sacrificing himself. Austrian forwards, ace flak panzer to be prepared here. Rushing foot, Panzer will cleared up, anti-tank holds some trouble as well there. Got the 50 cal there, Panzer clearing up the anti-tank, and with it, I think Smileman could actually be on a losing spot here now. Like, he's just lost so much in there. Go GG, game over. Smileman loses the Flaksturm. Caught him unprepared. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on, tell friends, tell family. But don't tell enemies. And of course, do consider donating or pledging on Patreon. Links in the description. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.